Activity 3. Point 3. Listen carefully to answer the question A and B.
The Maluku Islands is the name given to a group of islands spread over a vast area of eastern Indonesia. It would take months to explore even the major island groups in any depth, so visitors need to be a little selective. My favorite place to visit is the Banda Islands. Of course, there are some amazing advantages to visiting the islands, but there are also disadvantages. Some of them who see the benefit of Banda Islands will consider this place as a museum, piece, and a wonderful place. There are 19th-century villas, a museum, a colonial church, and various other historically important buildings in Banda Nera. In addition to that, this place was also popular as the center of a thriving trade in spices. It had two forts dating back to the 17th century. The older one was built by the Portuguese and the younger, Fort Belgica, was built by the Dutch. Those who are interested in history can spend a leisurely few days here investigating forts, spice traders' mansions, and residences of Indonesian nationalist leaders who were sent into exile here during the last phase of the colonial era. The other most favorite place is the early 19th century Governor's Palace, because the area is scenically quite wonderful, with a huge active volcano looms over the town and rich coral gardens just offshore. Tourists can check out clove and nutmeg plantations or follow island trails that pass through pockets of forest on the way to deserted beaches. Snorkelers and divers can arrange boat trips out to reefs and drop-offs. It is possible to catch public transport to outlying islands to explore more beaches and forts. Banda Nera has a number of inexpensive homestays where travelers can relax and enjoy local delicacies such as nutmeg and almond cakes and spreads, and a range of eggplant and fish dishes. Despite the many advantages, the journey to go there and to return needs a lot of costs and struggle. It takes around 6 hours to get there by speedboat from Tolahu Port, Ambon. An alternative mode is by a Pelni boat, traveling once in 2 weeks and taking 15 hours to get there. The available Pelni boats are Ngapulo, Tidar, and Pangrango. Another alternative is by plane. However, sometimes the plane does not operate, so a boat comes up as the only option left to reach Banda Nera. Although Banda Nera needs hard effort to be reached, the attractiveness of this town is well worth the effort. Therefore, I recommend Banda Nera as the great place to visit.